It's early in the morning and we have to do laundry. Welcome everyone, it's my daily vlog channel, Eric B's Daily Vlogs. It's early in the morning, it's a laundry day, and I'm wearing the wrong sunglasses. Looks like the sun is rising, not a cloud in the sky, weather looks nice. It's gonna be another beautiful day in San Francisco. But first, we must finish the laundry. All right, laundry's done. Gonna go home, put away the stuff, get the boys ready, and gonna take Vita's mom out for her birthday. Nice San Francisco day. See right behind me over there, one of the last touchless car washes left in San Francisco. Over here on Divisadero, Fell's right over there, and this is Oak Street right here. One of the last touchless car wash, where you go in, you bring your car, they wash it for you, and then they come out and they dry it for you. Not a lot left here in San Francisco. It's one of the last ones. How do you think they came up with the name Chase Bank? Why Chase? I understand Wells Fargo. I understand Bank of America. But what came up with Chase? What is there an acronym for Chase? Makes me wonder. Chase, is it because you're always trying to catch your money? Or maybe when you deposit your money, you have to chase them down to try to find the rest of the money. Always wondered about that. Why is it called Chase Bank? All right, I'm standing on the intersection of Arguello and Geary. Right over here is Palm. Standing right behind me over here, you guys all recognize it. It's because it's fairly new. But what used to be over there, if you grew up in San Francisco, you know that used to be the Coronet Theater. I've watched all the Star Wars over here and a couple of the Matrix too. And if you see, the chevron is still over there. It looks a lot different because they tore this whole thing down. They made it look different. And it's funny because the name of the place is actually called the Coronet. So they kept the name, they just got rid of the building. One side of it, it's homes, and the other side of it is like a medical center. They have a few medical places over there. It's usually for the elderly people also. But I like the fact that one side of it, they kept the name the Coronet. It's actually called the Coronet. But again, right behind me over here on Geary, if you remember, used to be the old Coronet Theater. I wish they kept the outside part of the Coronet, so it kind of makes it look like it was still a theater, but the developers decided to tear the whole thing down and build it up from ground up. But if you remember standing in line, right over here, right where that awning is over there, was the entrance to the theater. And the lines to watch Star Wars used to go around the block and around to where the chevron is over there. And sometimes it'd wrap around chevron as well. The Coronet Theater, no longer here. With the day and age of multiplex theaters, single theaters weren't making a lot of money, so they decided to just tear it down. If you grew up in San Francisco, you know what I'm talking about. The old Coronet Theater, no longer there. All right, I'm in Clement Street of San Francisco. And for all of you who knows, Clement Street is Chinatown number 2. Want to get some good dim sum, want to get some good pork buns. That pork bun that I told you about last time, this is where we got it, Clement Street. Look at all that roast duck. And over here, we have a lot of dim sum style food. The good thing about Clement Street, like I said, it's little Chinatown. If you're in the mood or craving for Chinese food that's as authentic or pretty much just as authentic as Chinatown, this is where we go. Chinatown's gotten a little crowded. Parking there is terrible. Here you can park pretty much everywhere. Today's Sunday, and if you look all the way down there, they actually have farmers market going on. Right behind me over here, Wingley Bakery, that's where we go for pork buns. That time I told you about the succulent pork buns. That's where to go right there. They have a couple good other places too. This place right here, if you want some good roast duck, they got some good roast duck as well. They got a couple other places down the street that we normally go to, but this is our go-to right here, Wingley. And like I said, if you want good roast duck, right above me, right over here. Got some good stuff right over there. It's funny because I just looked in the window over here and I have one of the workers, one in the back, and started putting on some makeup and asked me if I was going to video record inside there. I said no, because I don't have permission to go inside and record. She looked upset. She looked like she wanted me to come out there and videotape the food inside, but I can't. It's private property. I don't have permission to go in there and do it. But she looks like she was ready to be on camera. Right behind me over here, the Green Apple Bookstore. Oldest used bookstore here on Clement Street. You ever need a book, you want a used book, you don't pay full price for it? Green Apple, right there. That's where you want to go. Lately they started doing CDs, DVDs, and you'll get lucky sometimes and find maybe some records. Last time I checked, they had some cassette tapes, but not a lot of people has cassette players anymore, so it's probably you don't have a lot of that anymore. You want to sell books, you want to buy books, used books, new books, Green Apple right there. Probably the best place to go when it comes to books. They have a lot of varieties. Definitely go check them out. The line inside is just pretty long. Got a lot of people who want dim sum early in the morning. And I'm outside the door just admiring the roast duck and drooling over the roast duck that I can't have. Looks really good. And for $5.30, definitely worth it. And if you look at the buildings behind me over here, none of the buildings has changed a lot since they've opened up this area. Changed the sign, changed the owners, but the buildings and the structure is pretty much still the same. Alright, we're back in the Western Addition area. There's one spot I want to show you guys that not even old San Franciscans remember it's here. Or it used to be here. I'm gonna go there right now and show you where it was. Alright, back over here at the intersection of Steiner and Post. And right behind me over there, these apartment buildings, which are apartment condos, used to be owned by Bill Graham himself and used to be called Winterland. Right before Civic Auditorium was built downtown, this is where all the concerts in San Francisco was being played. Winterland. Had famous people like Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty. Winterland closed December 31st, 1978 with a final show on New Year's Eve. Had people like the Grateful Dead, the Blues Brothers, Purple Sage, and Blue Riders. They did their final show right here, right before they closed, January 1st, 1979. So they started the concert December 31st, 1978, and the concert ended January 1st, 1979. After they closed Winterland and all the concerts had to be moved, all the concerts moved over right across from where I'm at right now, which is now the Fillmore. And I'm going to do another vlog on a different time, a different day, where I'm going to talk to you about, there used to be 2 Fillmore locations. This is the Fillmore West, where we're at right here, the Western Addition, and there's a Fillmore East in San Francisco as well. I'm standing right underneath where the marquee used to be. It used to go right up and down here. You say Winterland right in the corner. Entrance used to be right in here, and used to take up all of Post Street, and used to come down Steiner as well. You would see long lines coming down Post Street when they had groups like the Grateful Dead, Bruce Springsteen, the Blues Brothers as well. And Winterland. Again, before Civic Auditorium, this is where everyone used to go to. Music used to be played right over here. And then when they closed this in 1978, they moved all the agenda over to the Fillmore, which is right across the way over there. Winterland was opened June 29th, 1928, where it was just the normal arena that they used for special events. They had a couple little things that they also did over here. In 1971 to 1978, Bill Graham took ownership of it, and that's when he decided to make it a venue kind of place where they had live music, live bands. And if you grew up in the 60s in San Francisco was a mecca of musicians coming out here to play. So it's only tributing that the Grateful Dead was out here playing. Too bad it's not here anymore, but like I said, they moved everything over to the Fillmore West, because there used to be 2 Fillmores in San Francisco. That'll be for another vlog. That'll be for another day. But for now, Winterland. Alright, still in the Western Addition. This greenhouse right over here, right on Pierce Street. Post is right over there. Got Sutter right behind me. This greenhouse right here. If you watch the movie When a Man Loves a Woman with Meg Ryan and Andy Garcia, there's that one scene. She's going into rehab because of the drinking problem she has. This is the house that she went into to try to get away from her family so she can get her head together. Quick scene. If you watch the movie, it's a quick scene, but this is that greenhouse. Now, still staying at the Western Addition. I'm right here on Sutter. And there's this church right over here. I want to go up to it because services is just ending. But before his assassination in 1964, this church right here used to be a Baptist church here in the Western Addition where Martin Luther King himself paid a little visit. Before his assassination in 1964, this church is where Martin Luther King paid a visit. So at one point, Martin Luther King Jr. was in this building right here. See, you see all those people waiting over there? They're waiting in line. They've probably been there for about an hour. Usually the wait is about an hour, hour and a half. But you're waiting in line. You're waiting in line for... Whoa. I fell. I just fell. It's kind of funny. I didn't see that there. But if you're waiting in line for the $1 million bacon like these people are, not worth it. Not worth it. This right here is some place to go where you can get some tea. Don't really know why, where I can just go back to Clement Street and buy some tea at that store, Maywa, and I don't have to sit here with these people. Whenever I see these old houses like this in San Francisco, I always ask myself, is it haunted? Do you think there's a ghost that actually lives there? Being that how old this house is, it's a possibility. And again, still in the Western Addition, right over here is the California Tennis Club. If you look at it, it's kind of hard to get into. You got to be a member to get in there. But from what a lot of people don't realize, this tennis club, some of the likes of President Nixon himself actually came to this tennis club and had a tennis match. They closed this whole area down. We're over here on Scott. There's a bush right over there. And they had a little tennis match right over here, right on the other side of this fence. Again, it's private property. Can't go inside, show you what it looks like. So right in here is where President Nixon had a little tennis match. Never know if he won or not, because nobody was allowed. Only Secret Service saw who won. Could have won, could have lost. Now today, only the wealthy, or if you can afford a membership to play tennis here, this is where you play tennis. And you can see from the car behind me, the guy's driving a Porsche. So it's only the wealthy that plays tennis here now. Of course, it's called a California Tennis Club for a reason, because only certain type of people can have that membership. I'm not going to play tennis. I'll go up to the public park, right up the street on Scott, and that's where I would play. I do not believe in paying to play tennis. But yes, right here, California Tennis Club. President Nixon once had a match in there. And they closed the gate on me because I am not allowed inside. Right over there, where that Xfinity building is, 2186 Geary, used to be Honey Baked Ham. Why they left, I do not know. The only Honey Baked Ham now is over in Colma at the 280 Metro Center. But why they left this area and moved Xfinity in, I do not know. Alright guys, that's it on the Western Addition. Got some stuff I gotta do for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I can only do these types of vlogs on the weekend. During the week, I'm working. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Vlog is ended. Go in peace.